actually. The creator of GDQ is here to spread a little pain. Mike, I would love for you to come hop into chat. Hello there.
Hello, Brosencho.
I hear you loud and clear. Very nice.
Yeah. So yeah, this time, I don't think this game is actually, like, horrible in terms of Kuso. I do think it's very rude.
I like rude. Rude is good. I mean, I don't like rude. What a jerk, Mike Uyama.
Yeah, except it seems to be all the rudest games are the ones that make you laugh.
Well, I mean, that's true, but that's also besides the point.
I mean...
So, I've only told them that this has cats in it, right?
Yes, that is correct. It does... actually, I'm trying to think. Does it have... I think it has cats in it.
The title does. Like
the title does, yes, that is true.
Okay, well, you know what? I think let's go ahead and reveal the game without further ado. What is the game, Mike?
It is Tiger Road.
Become a tiger for the win.
This is, not only Devil Ray can do arcade games, so can I, and this is a game that I've known about for a while. It's a very old Capcom game.
Okay, it's a Capcom game for the arcade. So, are we going to see quality sprite work that we usually see from Capcom?
Yeah, the sprite work is pretty good. It's not their best sprite work. This is like, it's gonna maybe look a bit Ghosts and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts. This is a 1987 Capcom game.
Okay, I mean, 1987, that sounds pretty decent. And yeah, I'm looking at the sprites. Aw, some of them are kind of adorable. I don't see any tigers, though. They're just, you know, the guys with the swords.
Also, Andy J. Retro will be providing audio.
Sweet.
But there's no audio. There's actually no audio until you start the game, so he's gonna have to start the game to provide audio.
Okay, thank you for that heads up. That is, as soon as I get everything set up.
Him in the match channel.
I guess, Mike, make my job hard.
Yeah, well, that's arcade games for you. So yeah, I've actually used to play a lot of arcade games, test them out, and the way I discovered this game, I think it was actually from one of the Capcom Classics collections.
Really?
Capcom released these Classics collections back in the PS2 era that had about like 20 or so of their older arcade games. And this was one of them, and I remember playing it for like a credit or two and just thinking it was like just really hard, and I wasn't really into it. But then when I thought of this game for Kusogr4ande, I saw BBH playing it, and this game was relentlessly trolling him. And if you know anything about BBH, he's very good at arcade games.
Oh yeah.
And to see one bringing him down to his knees like this was definitely worthy of Kusogr4ande. I don't think it's like a terrible game per se, but it is very rude. And even the one credit clear plays damage boost a ton. Like they use a lot of they almost speedrun the game. They like damage boost and have good knowledge of the game to recover health and the like.
Oh, that's hopeful. You know,
but these players won't really have good knowledge of the game, so they'll just end up dying a lot.
That's exactly what I want to hear. Yeah, death is, you know, death before dishonor is, you learned in your most important game that you've ever played, you know, so
Yeah.
we'll see plenty of death. So, Mike, what have you been up to lately? What is going on in your life?
Let's see. I've made a marathon safe route for Super High Glide.
Sweet. I need to play through your marathon safe route and see how it is.
It's mostly the same as the current route you use, except I'm also, like, looking at all the joke items and stuff.
Oh, okay.
It's just different from the current route that I use in record runs, because the record run route is very, very unsafe.
Yeah, it's just
like,
gotten
you can play
reckless.
Yeah, you can play perfectly fine in a record route, and if you just get bad health growth, then your run is over.
Yep. Good old super highlight. What a game, Mike. What a game. Well, okay, I have all of the streams captured. Let me go ahead and bother good old Andy J. Retro here.
Sounds good.
Sweet. Well, thank you everybody for coming on by, stopping to watch, dropping everything in your day to come watch some bad video games, because that's all that we want in our lives. Tiger Road is our first game. The goal, I believe, is fairly straightforward, and then we will see who makes the most progress during that time.
Yeah. Now, like, a lot of arcade games, this game gives you unlimited credits. I made their cap at 7 credits. I feel like that's enough credits to make some good progress, and yet not beat the game in one try.
Chat, how does this sound? We can adjust if needed. 77 credits, Mike. That's what we're gonna have.
I said 7.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Or if I said 77, then that was my bad.
No, you didn't.
And as you can see in Andy J. Retro stream, they're going to be choosing the left path, because that's the longest one. If you choose any of the other paths, you don't play through all the stages. So for a legitimate playthrough, they have to play through all the stages.
Okay, I'm letting them know they can go ahead and get back to the title screen / demo, because we might be able to start a couple minutes early. Which, honestly, I can always appreciate a bit of a buffer on my end.
And I've noticed that a couple of people in chat know of this game. Yes, there is a TurboGrafx 16 version. I think it's Japan only, so it's PC Engine. It's actually a different game. It definitely has some of its own rudeness itself, but it's definitely a different game with, like, you would recognize some elements of the arcade game in it, but the stages are different. And someone else said that K Price said they had bad memories of this game, and I can understand that this game is relentless in its trolling.
Yeah, I can believe it. Oh my gosh, that sound when you put a credit in. That's kind of stressful. Okay, 3 out of 4 have said that they're ready. Let me go ahead and bother Kakusho.
Yeah. And yeah, Boogaloo, the reason why this might remind you of Bionic Commando Arcade is that Bionic Commando Arcade came out around the same time as this game, so it's kind of a similar graphic style.
Everybody, wish them the best of lucks. Go ahead and spam some cats, because we got Tiger Road coming up, and as soon as I see movement in the first stage, I will start our timer.
And okay, just checking to see if they're all picking the left path. And it looks like they... okay, good.
Oh, I love those cats, yeah. Okay, well, we're off to a pretty quick stop. This looks like I'm not gonna lie, a little bit like Ghosts and Goblins.
So this game has committal jumps, as in you can't change your direction after you jump.
Okay.
Just like in Ghosts and Goblins. And the jumping is kind of stiff. Pokemon God is getting slammed around. You basically have to zone those big wrestler dudes at a distance.
Okay.
And we already have a death.
Oh,
on Kronos' side, and both Pokemon and Kakusho are both really close to dying. What they need to learn, which Pokemon God has learned, is that you can hold up and jump to go up platforms. I did not tell them that.
Oh.
I just figured that's something they can figure out.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It looks like Kakusho has learned how to do that as well. And Andy J. Retro figured it out. It doesn't seem too difficult. By the way, this game is for arcade.
Yeah. And the only way you can go down platforms is using stairs or if there's a drop-off ledge. Probably the best weapon in this game is the axe. Most of the 1 credit clears that I skimmed through use the axe. It has a big hitbox, but the chain is also good. I would recommend against the spear because it doesn't really have a good hitbox. It doesn't have good vertical coverage.
I'm loving these guys who just hold you for like 2 seconds and then decide
and then slam you.
Well, go enjoy the floor.
They're super rude.
Yeah, they've got a really good grab.
And Pokemon God is on the rocks.
Ooh, that's a death. Not too costly this early on, you know.
It's really not.
I love these committal jumps, though, let me tell you.
Yeah, it's especially great when you have committal jumps in a corridor where you can't jump over the rocks.
Oh,
so
and even committal
if you time it incorrectly, you just get hit.
Oh, yeah. Okay, Pokemon God is on to a boss.
Yep, this is the boss. It's generally good to damage raise the bosses.
Okay.
Looks like the spear is actually a really good weapon for this boss because it has a faster attack animation than the axe does.
That's good. Oh my gosh, very close to death though. Kakusho is on the boss too.
But it looks like Pokemon God got through the boss. So there's generally 2 bosses per stage, so that's the mid-boss. And now they're gonna Pokemon God is going to be an auto-scroller very soon after this corridor. And the auto-scrollers in this game are especially mean because you don't get to make progress until you hit a checkpoint, and the auto-scrollers, you know, are like minutes at a time. That's interesting. Pokemon electing to just burn through all the credits. Maybe she was mashing buttons.
It might not be the worst strat, though. Honestly, they have 7 credits, and if you think you can get through that part of the stage again without taking too much damage, sure, go for it. The music in this game, by the way, I'm really enjoying this. This is a great soundtrack.
It's good old classic Capcom music. The game does checkpoint you, even at continues, so like it's pretty forgiving in that regard. The only thing is... Okay, looks like Pokemon got my message, good. I wouldn't want Pokemon God to be short of credit in her playthrough. And really, everyone's just dying a lot. And the thing about the bosses in this game, if you don't know what you're doing, it's generally just best to damage race them. Because, like, they're so big that a lot of them you can't even dodge reliably.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. By the way, I do want people to know these players are those who took 3rd place in their first match. Pokemon God was actually in our opening match with We're Back, A Dinosaur's Tale. What a special game. Kakusho got to play Castle of Deceit, one of my favorite colored, bunch games. Whereas Andy J. Retro played through the Cyber Shinobi, and Chrono managed to play through some of Mystery of Convoy. Those were the 4 games that they had before.
Oh, yeah. And I remember Corndan would have been first if, you know, he wasn't a zombie. So, Kakusho is on the auto-scroller. The auto-scroller is super mean, and the spear is the absolute worst weapon to have during the auto-scroller because it has no vertical coverage. You want either the axe or the ball and chain. Hopefully they'll break one of the boxes and get those weapons. Okay. That's definitely a better weapon for it. Unfortunately, Kakusho is taking a lot of hits.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't know if there's any restoratives during that area. Although what did drop was a life down. There are life downs in this game. If you collect the tan or like beige, like upside down jugs, that's a health down.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Like,
and only enemies drop them. So like if you're like jumping forward and you kill an enemy and you just land on it, then you just lose a bunch of health.
Oh, that is rude.
It is really rude. Yeah, I'm not surprised that the players are really struggling on this. In this section, because it is just super rude.
Yeah, it seems like, honestly, you want to prioritize just not getting hit. Or learning how to dodge enemies' attacks at this point.
The best way to deal with it, even though they respawn, is just to kill the dragons as quickly as possible, because then that doesn't give them room to maneuver around and shoot fireballs at you.
Oh no! Kronos got a spear. Yeah, this is gonna be a death, probably.
And yep, Kronos actually made it through.
Oh wow! Very nice.
This is actually a gimmick room right here. If it gets too low, then Kronos can't jump on the platform and just dies in a pile of bamboo.
No, the bamboo!
Like I said, I don't think this game is bad, but it's almost like Proto. I want to be the guy. Yeah, oh no, you don't go backwards. The platforms don't descend. Like, you just have to go forward.
The death is just so satisfying.
Oh, yeah. Maybe I could have given them 9 credits. I kind of went by my second playthrough, but... Which, you know, I had some experience with the game then, and I was able to make it to stage 4 then, but... You know, it's round 2, gotta be a little meaner.
Oh, yeah, that's fine, Mike. I'm fine with the 7 credits. You're good. Okay. Oh no! Oh no! Kronos! No! Oh, bleh! It's so stressful.
It's interesting to note that none of the players have gotten to stage 2 yet. Stage 1 is just this long. There's actually only 5 stages in this game. And, hey! Kronos made it to the boss. This boss just punches you. And, oh wow, Kronos actually managed to jump over the boss.
Nice.
I think Kronos will just win if he just damage races the boss. Except he's trying to dodge the boss, which is a big time mistake.
No! Oh, I love it. Okay, punch across the room. You want to watch out for that. Also, don't get slammed.
Yeah, don't
watch out!
Don't get body splashed.
Okay.
Don't let Zangief body splash. Okay, this is really close. Oh no! Zoned him out with a fin.
Oh no. Well, that's fine. Honestly, I think everybody is just learning how to deal with this first stage.
Yeah, that's fine. The first stage is the nicest stage, so.
Well.
Yeah. Oh. And if they get to the 4th stage, if you thought the first stage auto-scroller was mean, the 4th stage has a possibly meaner one. Not in the sense of the auto-scroller itself, but just what the game does to you.
Well, that's good to hear, Mike.
Exactly! Okay, so, unlike Kronos, Kakusho just aces the platforms first try.
Okay,
has that speedrunner instinct, gets through... Yeah, playing really smart. Oh, so since the ball and chain has more range, Kakusho can actually play the ranged game.
Oh no!
Oh, that's instant death! I didn't know that. So Kronos is doing a mini game, and it's actually a good idea to do these because if you complete the mini game, you will get a health up, like a permanent life upgrade.
Health upgrade. That's good. Exactly. Oh yeah, Kakusho. Okay, do not get body slammed.
I should not have mentioned that Kakusho was doing so well, because now it only seems to be going downhill from there. And now, we finally have a person on stage 2. That is Kronos. Unfortunately, Kronos, I think, only has 1 credit left, so I don't think they're going to make a ton of progress in stage 2.
But still, that's a lead. And
it is a lead.
It wouldn't take too long to get back here.
Exactly. And it's also good information for, like, what to do later. Oh no! Kakusho is just owning this boss, and the boss just does a Zangief body splash and just
like, okay, we're dead. We're done with you, you know.
Okay.
I just love the click or the kick across the room. It's so good.
Yep.
Watch out for the punches. Kakusho, no! Damn!
Wow, the boss just body slammed just to add insult to injury.
You know,
oh, so this room that Kronos is on is super mean.
Okay, there are snakes.
Oh, no. It's a different room. The snakes aren't too bad. I thought Kronos was on the dragon room, which is coming up later in the stage.
I still don't love the snake room. You know, snakes aren't my thing. Snakes are... And they're also dead, so... You know what? I'm okay with them going through. Clear the snakes out for the rest of the world.
So I will say that if you are low on health when you start off a section, you should probably just take the death so you have the checkpoint and you have full health for the checkpoint.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
And Pokemon God makes it through the platform section. Only Kronos really struggled with it. And Kakusho has defeated Big Hand Zangief.
Big Hand Zangief? His head is so small! He could...
It is.
Like,
to be fair, Zangief also has big hands, but this guy's hands are ginormous.
Yeah. It's like Zangief got an upgrade here. Oh, the logs hurt you?
Yeah, if you get hit by anything there, you will fail the bonus stage.
Ah, gotcha.
It's not fatal. You can still beat the game, you know, failing the bonus stages. It's just, you won't have the extra 4 units of health like Kronos does.
Yeah, what I'd worry about is that Kakusho might learn, hey, if you get hit by the log quickly, you're done with the bonus stage. And he may not even consider that the bonus stage has something very helpful. It's usually worth clearing a bonus stage just to see what you're gonna get.
Exactly. Okay. Oh no! Kakusho just walks into the health down!
Well, I don't know if you realized it was a health down. It looks like a pickup.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it is a pickup. You just pick it up and your health goes down.
Okay, Mike. So this has a 2-player mode. Do you happen to know how 2-player works? Is it just one person and the other?
I think it's alternating.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I think this game's too old to have a simultaneous co-op.
Oh, that's sad. It's okay. You know what? I can see some good and some bad things in this game. Honestly, the difficulty, as well as all of the terrible stuff that just comes at you, it's kind of understandable why it's here.
So the room that Kronos is on is really evil. Okay. I think this is Kronos' last life, too.
I mean, it's got skulls.
Well, if the Jiangshi weren't going to kill Kronos, it would have been the skull sucking him in. Okay, he has one more continue.
Okay.
Yeah, so if the skull sucks you in, that's instant death. And if a zombie hits you, you have no control over your character, and the skull just chomps at you.
It ate it!
And Kronos learned the hard way. Yeah, unfortunately, Kakusho got a game over, but fortunately, you know, Kakusho made some progress, so, like, they'll get some good lessons. And Anti-J Retro, learning the harsh lessons of Big Hand Zangief.
Oh boy, I love that. Big Hand Zangief is... I don't know, he's definitely earning his keep today, you know? He's gonna go home and have enough money, at least for many hamburgers, for days to come. What's the objective here, Chad is asking. I believe this match is pretty straightforward. They have an hour to complete as much of the game as possible.
Yeah. A player could beat the game, but it's not likely. It is worth noting that if they do make it to the 5th stage is just the final boss.
So, the guy who planned, and I guess...
actually, it's a bit of a boss rush, and then the final boss.
Oh, okay. I don't know if we'll see a completion.
I don't think so.
Yeah. But the guy who helped plan and design this game was also the producer for Mega Man X, Mega Man X2, Mega Man Soccer, that was a hit. Yeah, Tokuro Fujiwara.
I like how all the people who know arcade games are like, oh no, why did you do this?
Well, KM is saying, this is awesome. And it's like...
Well, the thing is, it's not a bad game, it's just really mean and hard.
Oh yeah, it's a little over the top. It's an arcade game, Mike.
Yeah. And it's super trolly.
And then
like,
you've got these hand
all the
dudes
one
who just
credit
pick
clears
you up.
get hit. Like, they just... Like, they strategically do damage boost, because you get damage boosted wherever your back is facing. So they use that to their advantage. They memorize all the power-up locations so they can, you know, get the health ups when they need them.
By the way, it looks like Andy J. Retro has started on the second path.
Nice.
No. Are you supposed to? If you finish the first stage?
Wait. Do you mean Andy J. Retro is on the second stage? Or...
No, I believe he chose the second path. I'm going to ask him.
He's not supposed to choose the second path. No.
Okay.
Oh, he picked the 4-stage route? Yeah, he's not supposed... With the 4-stage route being the left one? The one all the way in the left? I can't remember how many stages... I mean, it's 5 stages on the left, but... I can't remember if it displays 4 or 5. It's kind of weird. Alright, second to the left? Okay, yeah, then he's not supposed to pick that one.
I'm letting him know right now if he picked the second one. He thought it was a stage select... Okay, cool. We're getting it sorted out. It looks like Andy J. Retro is going back to the beginning of the match. Okay. Yeah, Pokemon God looks like she is at one of the bosses here. What is this?
Yeah, it looks like that reset worked in her favor.
Nice.
Oh no, don't stay in the boss's sprite. If you're gonna damage race the boss, don't stay in its sprite.
I like the Pokeboss. It's just very convenient. It's just, we're gonna shove these spears down, throw some projectiles at you. Snakes, or the background statues, kind of a Taco Bell last night. They're vomiting lava, you know, it's...
Nice. So Pokemon got double KO'd. I think that means she'll get a checkpoint right after the boss.
Okay, but no credits
she has no
left.
more credit.
Yeah, so the kill
she definitely has the lead.
Yeah, I would say that for the sake of this, Pokemon God has killed the boss, but did not progress past the boss. If somebody did manage to kill the boss and still had lives or continues left, then they would likely move into the lead at that point.
I would agree with that. But we're only about 20 minutes into this match, so we still have plenty of time.
Oh yeah. I'm really enjoying this game, though. Mike, this is a game that I feel like I would love to play. And yeah, it's not really a bad game per se, it's just very difficult.
Yeah, it's just brutally hard. And as I said before, a 1 credit clear requires a lot of memorization of item locations and just good, smart damage boosting.
So do things get significantly harder in the next levels 3 and 4?
Yes.
Okay, good.
They do. Stage 4 starts off with some platforming that is instant death spikes.
Okay.
And there's one jump that's just completely blind, and if you attempt it, you just fall into a bed of spikes. Because you're not supposed to make that jump. You're supposed to go to the left. But the game's not very clear about that.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you, video games, for intuitive design.
Exactly. Like I said before, it's almost like a proto I want to be the guy in some senses. Like, there's just some ways the game is going to troll you, and you're not going to know until it happens.
Kusogr4ande, by the way, got through the level 1 boss relatively quickly this time. That's going to be very helpful.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if Kusogr4ande used to continue. Maybe 1, but it definitely wasn't too many. And Kakusho was the one who did the bonus stage the last time, so...
No, that was Kronos. Kakusho did not, and Kakusho is dead.
Yeah,
no bonus.
So that's a bit to Kakusho's disadvantage. Because you actually do want to complete the bonus stages. At least a couple of them, because having the extra 4 units of health is very helpful. Especially if you're going to damage race the bosses, as many of the racers are doing, because there's really no good way to dodge the boss attacks.
Yeah.
In some cases. Ooh, and Kakusho falls into the pit.
No, Kakusho! Why would you do that? Well, I mean, to be fair, this is a little difficult. Oh, speaking of Ghosts and Goblins, the guy who did the planning and directing for this actually did the game design for Ghosts and Goblins.
That's not surprising.
Nope. So, when we were saying that it reminded us of Ghosts and Goblins, well, now we know why.
Yeah. So, Kakusho is quickly making it to where they were last. I think this pretty much... were they were in second anyway, right?
I believe so.
Yeah. I know everyone made it to stage 2 except maybe Andy J Retro. I think Andy J Retro game overed on the first boss.
It's possible. Andy's having a little bit of a hard time getting through this stage. Not going to be impossible. Honestly,
to be fair, everyone has still been struggling with the auto-scroller, even after they've done it once.
Yeah.
So it's not surprising.
Not at all. I love the spear, though. It's so good. Not for the auto-scroller, but... like, at all for the auto-scroller.
Yeah, it's interesting because the spear is very bad for the auto-scroller, but it's good if you're just going to damage race the bosses.
Yeah, so holding on to it so that you can keep the spear for the boss is probably a sound choice by Andy J Retro. And here we go, on to the boss.
Yeah. And the second skull chomps on Kakusho. I do think that was where Kakusho game over the last time.
Oh! There goes Kronos into the pit.
Yeah.
For those asking, yes, this is the arcade version, and for the other people asking in chat, why is this in Kusogr4ande? It's because of the ridiculous difficulty. How many quarters would they have spent at this point?
Well, this was probably back in the day where 1 credit was 1 quarter. So they would have spent at least about $3 at this point each. $3 each at this point, so yeah, that's pretty significant. And Andy J Retro is on the second stage. He has been struggling throughout this match so far, but if he makes good progress in the second stage, he can easily catch up.
Oh yeah.
And let's see if Andy J Retro attempts the bonus stage.
No! Kronos! The body slam. Yeah, Andy J Retro is trying the bonus stage, but it was just unfair.
Yeah, he got a really bad pattern.
Kronos is through the boss, back to stage 2 again. Pokemon God is unfortunately taking a lot of game overs early on.
Yeah. But, so Kakusho has 2 credits here, so there's a good chance he'll be able to get past this boss and overtake Pokemon God. But at the same time, Pokemon God is nearing to where she got up to. She's already on the first boss. The problem is, oh no! The body splash.
Yeah, I think not too surprising. It's so huge and deadly.
Yeah, it's... I think it's killed every single player at this point.
Oh yeah. Oh! Turns out jumping just doesn't work too well. Kakusho is trying to take down this boss right here, the Stabby Lady. Stabby Lady, no! Stabby Lady. Okay, Kakusho. Oh, come on! One hit! One hit! That's all you needed! Well, Kakusho
Yeah, this boss is just really mean.
Pretty solidly in second place and is almost in first place. Yeah, this is a mini-boss, right?
Yeah, this is the mid-boss.
Okay, there we go, Kakusho.
Okay, he did it. He did it.
Kakusho is moving into first place at this point, finishing the boss and still being alive.
It's really weird because
Pokemon
no! Even the feet can clip you.
The hitbox is so big. It's just amazing, Mike. I love it.
You know what? It's funny because I think I might have been hit by the attack like once told on a solo in health. I didn't know it was an instant kill. So it's really funny that it's like being such a struggle point for the players.
Okay, Kakusho died by bats, which I can't necessarily blame him. He was low health after the mid boss there.
Yeah.
Oh no, they suck your blood.
Oh, wow, they do so much damage.
They're like, if I were a bat, I'd, get rid of my anemia, suck your blood, everybody.
Exactly. Alright, so this room is really evil. The fireballs just bounce around, like, all over, and then they turn into Jiangshi that chase you around.
Uh-oh.
And Pokemon God just goes for the dunk, so I think the only person who knows about the bonus health is Kronos.
I think so, yeah. Nobody else has really gotten it. Kronos did fail on the last attempt to get it, but not a huge deal. I mean, I imagine we're going to see 1 or 2 more game overs by everybody at this point.
Yeah. So everyone is in stage 2, and even though Andy J Retro was behind, he is making progress in catching up. Unfortunately, he collects the health down. It looks like it doesn't push your health down below 3 units, which is pretty much 1 or 2 hits away from death, depending on what hits you. Alright, so for a mid-match update, it looks like Kakusho is in first, Pokemon God is in second.
Okay.
Although, it does look like Kronos is in third, but does have a chance to get in second, as long as he can take care of this mini boss. And Andy J Retro is in fourth, but is not far behind the other players. However, he is really struggling with the Skull Room.
Yeah, the stakes are somewhat high for this match as well. If one of the players takes fourth, it'll pretty much be impossible for them to get into the final bracket. A third will be difficult, but not impossible. So
yeah, a
first,
third means they have to get first twice.
Yes. So if we see, whoever takes fourth here is likely completely out of the running. So you don't want to be in that fourth place. Andy J Retro is kind of hanging out there right now, but things could definitely change. And Kronos is moving up to second place at this point.
And if he can clear the bouncing dragon fireballs...
Pokemon God! The knockback into the skull.
Yep!
Oh, I love this game.
Real.
Such a hungry little skull just chomping on them. Okay, Kakusho is having to start the game over, but again, Kakusho is in the lead at this point. Kronos just got killed by bats.
Yep.
At least bats are pretty adorable, Mike. You know,
they are.
I could imagine much worse deaths than being attacked by these fuzzy little flying things. It's like if a sugar glider came and murdered you, you know, it'd be cool. Probably brag about it in the afterlife.
So what you're saying is that you'd brag if a bat killed you. So if Kronos passes this room, he will be in first.
Now this is the dragon room that you were scared of, right?
Yes, it is super trolly. Kronos is taking the right strat, just like trying to get through as fast as possible. Unfortunately, yeah. That might be the most progress in the room. I'm not 100% sure. But it looks like Kronos will be able to make it.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, maybe this next attempt. Oh geez, lots of damage early on here. That's not looking good. Wait, did that item restore 1 bar of health?
Which item?
The blue jug.
It usually restores about 4.
I just saw 1. Maybe you took damage at the same time.
Puro, as we explained previously, this game isn't Kusogr4ande not because it's bad, but because it's really brutally difficult.
I would say that there are multiple explanations for Kusogr4ande, and sometimes unreasonable design is one of those reasons.
Yeah.
And for an arcade game, this is very unreasonable.
Yep.
But this music is so good. Honestly, like if I were a millionaire, I'd try to beat this.
Puro, there are some 1cc's in YouTube, and I think Macaw has actually 1cc'd this game.
Really? Well, that's cool. It would be extremely difficult, honestly. What, you have 3 lives? And damage, I don't know, you pretty much conserve damage even after you beat a boss. And I think when you move to the next stage as well.
I think
you're
right. That particular jug only restores 1 bit of health because Tiger Road is a jerk.
That's so dumb. Why would it? Oh, Andy!
So Pokemon God is still on this attempt, and she's doing a really good job of taking care of the fireballs. If she just gets up the ladder, I think that puts her in first again. And now she's in the spider room, which is just absolute evil. Because they trap you and they do a ton of damage when they run into you.
Oh, jeez. Oh, and these are ugly spiders, okay? I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
Like, these are spiders from my nightmares.
I will say this, Kakusho is making quick progress back to the second stage, already on the boss.
Nice.
Although the boss, as we all know, can make quick work of the players.
Here we go!
So let's see.
Oh!
Okay!
Dodge!
Kakusho dodged!
The strats are real. Kakusho is getting good at this guy.
Yeah.
Oh, Big Hand Zangief is down, and I think that was a no-death fight.
So Pokemon God just used her last credit. So that's a game over for her. She'll have to retry. She is in first, but it's not a very secure lead, especially with how quickly Kakusho made it through the first stage.
Oh, the log just knocked Kakusho down.
Yeah, I think he did that on purpose. It was pretty obvious he wasn't trying to dodge the log.
Mike, that's exactly how it would look like if I were trying to play it seriously, okay? I would have just died right there. Oh, geez.
And he gets knocked into a pit.
Well, it happens to everybody. Andy just took a death. He's trying to get back to the first boss again.
Yeah.
Kronos is right near the alligator room. Oh, auto-scroller. Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
And then we have dumb platform room, and then we have the boss. Okay, Kakusho is past the snakes. Yeah, he's doing a ridiculously good job here.
Yeah, he might have lost 1 credit, but that's about it.
Here's the deal, I'm not too surprised, even though he came in 3rd during the last game that he played. He is a very skilled player, and in previous tournaments he's done extremely well. I think maybe he was just off his game during the last game that he got. He might manage to take first throughout the rest of the group stage, who knows?
What was his last game again?
Oh, what was it? Mike, you're making me try to remember these things.
Okay, well,
It looks like it was
Kakusho
Castle of
still...
Deceit.
Ah, right. Yeah, that is not a good game.
Well, it's deceiving. You know, it looks like it's, you know, going to be a decent game, but no, not at all.
And Kakusho just damage boosts the room, which is smart if you're just trying to rush through it.
Yep.
Time is starting to wind down a bit. It is over the halfway mark, even though there's definitely time to make more progress. I can understand the desire to just power your way through the spikes room.
I love that when you die in the auto-scroller, your body goes down for the crocodiles to be fed. They're just happy to be there.
And Kakusho downs the mid-boss, and with plenty of credits to spare. I think Kakusho can make it to the 3rd stage.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, the alligators! Oh, they even eat you! Oh, that's so cute!
Hey, even the alligators need to be fed, okay?
You know, I was wondering how they would stay alive in this pit, but now I know, just the corpses of all of the victims to this auto-scroller. I'm sorry, but animals can be cute, even if they're eating people. Let me just say. Uh-oh.
Sorry, I was AFK for a bit.
How could you, Mike? You just abandoned us.
I know I abandoned you for all of 5 seconds.
Alright,
well, as predicted, Big Hand Zangief doing his Big Hand Zangief thing.
Good. Zangief. I mean, I wouldn't want Zangief to be any other self. Just him with giant hands and body slamming you, that's all I need.
Alright, let's see if Kakusho does better this time. This is where Kakusho game over the last time. Definitely still struggling here. Although it looks like he has a better strat than when he started the first time.
Yeah, I'd probably agree there. What a rude room, seriously.
Yeah. And then the spider room is just as rude, if not ruder.
Oh my gosh, Kakusho, you're almost there! Go! Oh, the fireball to the foot! Oh! Oh! What a jerk, the dragon.
Yeah. It probably is Cadus.
So, who made it to the spider room?
It was Pokemon God.
Okay. So Pokemon God would currently be in the lead, if that's correct.
That is correct. Kakusho definitely has a chance to overtake it, but he's really struggling in this room. Now, it is worth noting that the dragons do fire at fixed angles. It's not like there's a ton of RNG in this room.
I would not backtrack, like, at all if I were going
No,
this room.
Yeah, you should not backtrack at all in this room.
Hopping vampires.
I'm aware. There's Zhangxi, and they look like zombies, so whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, with their arms out like that. Actually, Mike, if you look at the origin of the vampire, they were very zombie-like. So I could see that. In fact, I would say that they are pretty much equivalent to our modern-day zombie.
Yeah.
So
and
it's
a zombie
not too accurate.
gets dropped on Kakusho's head.
Why?
Because Tiger Road.
Oh
no! I don't know what Kakusho was doing there. I think he was trying to just knock away the fireball, but it just didn't come out.
Now, Zalaxon. Vampires didn't originally drink blood.
That would have been it if he just knocked away the...
Yeah, it was
Fireball.
very close. Oh my gosh, I think Kakusho has a chance this time now. Enough health to eat one hit.
All right, just
There
go
we
up, just go up, just go up.
Good.
Okay. And if he gets the health on the left, which he's not,
Nah.
it's fair. I mean, he doesn't know that's a health, so probably just taking the death. Alright, so is Pokemon God gonna try to actually make it through the Nope. Or maybe they were trying to jump and it didn't come out, but it's probably more likely that they intentionally took the death.
Yeah, I would say so. Now that we're starting to get pretty low on time, we have less than 20 minutes left. I imagine Pokemon God is wanting to rush and just try to get back to those spiders.
Yeah. I think Kakusho has already made it farther than Pokemon God. I don't think Pokemon God made it to the area with the two spiders. I mean, with the two statues, and the little package in between.
We've got the ladder.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
definitely
nice.
has over. So, yeah, Kakusho's gonna die here
Oh, good.
because you have to break open that crystal to get a key and then make it to the door.
Oh, that's
And if you don't
nice.
just mash like crazy and then do at least one small hop to the door, you're done.
The skeleton key! No! Oh, I love it. No! Kakusho,
no!
you got greedy. The treasure is there to ruin your life, okay?
Yeah, that's all. No, you don't want to do that. You just want to beat it up first because this involves a bit of backtracking.
Yeah, this is a little bit rough.
Alright.
That's a
Pokemon God
game
definitely
over.
struggled on the first boss, but she's making quick work of the second stage.
And no more credits. Kakusho is definitely in the lead, but unfortunately, he's going to have to go through the whole game again.
And that was the boss that Kakusho almost made it to.
There we go. Pokemon God is through the statues onto statue mid-boss here. Chronos just got a game over in the Skull Room. I believe Andy J. Retro is still in 4th place, but could potentially move up depending on how he does in this stage.
He's kind of low on credits, but if he can make it past the mid-boss and make it to the ladder area, then yes, he could make it back to at least get 3rd. Ugh.
Yeah, it's possible. There's a lot of work to do, but it's still within reach. Anybody could take any place at this point. I'm not saying
I forgot where Kronos got up to. Kakusho is definitely the spider room. Sorry, no, Kakusho was definitely the room before the boss. Pokemon God was definitely the spider room. Kronos. Yes, Kronos died in the dragon room.
Okay. That's so cruel that the Dragon Room might be a deciding factor for one of the places here, but, you know, if you can get through that terrible room, then kudos to you.
Yeah. I respect what Pokemon God is trying to do. Unfortunately, she's not really paying attention to where she is when she's doing the damage race, so like the boss just ends up hitting her sometimes because she's inside its sprite.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see how many continues she has left. Okay, she's down to her last credit. She might not make it as far as she did the last time.
Come on, Pokemon God.
And I think we only have about 15 minutes left, so we are getting... this is... If she wants to make more progress, she either has to really extend this credit or make very fast progress through the first area. And it looks like Kronos has game over. I'm not sure how far Kronos made it, but I don't think he made it any farther than he has previously.
There we go. Pokemon God is through the mid-boss. She'll be moving on to the next area in just a little bit. But now, time to get through that spider room. Now, I'm not sure what all the pickups do. Like, some pickups clear the room of enemies, some pickups end up
yeah, I can explain the pickups a bit. So, what Pokemon God just collected was points. That's all that it is.
Okay.
The red scrolls that are wound up, those are the kill all enemy scrolls.
Okay.
There's one that looks like a yield sign, but it actually has the Chinese character for stop, and that freezes all the enemies in the room.
Okay.
There's not many of those in the game. There's only about like 2 or 3 of those.
Ooh. Pokemon God took a death in the Dragon Room. Not too surprising there. That room is very difficult. And Pokemon God is out of credits. Oh, that is rough.
Yeah, that is unfortunate, but fortunately for her, she does have a fairly secure second place because she has made it to the Spider Room, but it really depends on how well everyone else does. I would recommend that the players start jumping a lot, because your jumping is a lot faster than your walking in this game, and they're really going to have to jump a lot if they're going to have a chance of making more progress.
Yeah, I think at this point, it's still not impossible, especially if they jump. I think even going a little bit slow, they can still get there. It's just, you don't want to waste time. As long as you're not dying, and you're able to go fast, then fantastic. And it seems like a lot of places, it's actually beneficial to go fast and just take a little bit of damage.
It really is. I mean, as I said before, even the 1CCs, they use strategic damage boosts, so... They're not like... some of the battles are expertly avoiding damage, but in many cases, they're just strategically taking the damage in optimal spots. And honestly, Kakusha's making such a tear through this that I think he could make it to the second boss and possibly the third stage.
That would be cool. I'd love to see the third stage.
I think you'll like to see the second boss, especially if it hits someone.
Oh, we have a good question in chat, by the way. What does the POW do?
POW? I'm not 100% sure. I want to say it powers you up, and it does seem to work sometimes, but then other times, like, it doesn't seem to make you any more powerful.
Okay.
Oh, it increases the reach of your weapon. Okay, that
interesting.
Makes sense.
Oh, Andy jumped in that barrel, just did him in. Kakusho dying in the snake room.
Yeah.
We haven't seen too many deaths in that room. That's okay. He still has plenty of credits to hopefully get to the boss here.
Yeah, he is over-rushing a little bit. But I think he'll still make good progress. But I can understand why he's over-rushing, because we only have a little over 10 minutes left.
Oh, yeah.
And, that pressure can, sometimes lead the players to, make some bad moves or just try to force progress when they just have to go a little slower.
I usually get a little bit stressed out at the end of matches that I have, and I make tons of mistakes.
RBW, I already said the bonus stage is worth it. I said that the first time that the bonus stage happened. It's just that none of the players know that it's worth it because they died, and there's not much, and there's really no penalty for it. They just don't know that the bonus is worth getting.
Oh, bonus, Mike. Nobody needs a bonus.
You're right. You don't need the bonus, but it does help, especially when you're damage racing the bosses.
Oh, okay. Pokemon God would definitely benefit if she decided to go for the bonus, but I don't think she will. And the reason is, we've got under 10 minutes left. She's probably thinking, I just need to make as much progress in Stage 2 as possible. And I think that's probably a good way to think, especially if I didn't know about any benefit from the bonus. I would just be rushing.
Oh yeah, no, it makes sense. Like, their reasoning isn't bad. It's just incorrect because they don't have all the information.
Oh yeah.
Like, I would possibly make that decision too, you know, if I wasn't, you know, casually playing through this game for my testing.
Yeah, I agree with Chet. It's not flawed, it's just plain wrong.
Exactly.
Well, Pokemon God just got punched. Not a huge surprise, that's what...
Oh no! Okay, almost got sucked in by the skull.
Okay,
so
good.
I said that, Kakusho had plenty of credits, but he burned through at least one. Oh, okay, the skull didn't suck him in. He's was really fortunate.
Honestly, that's what happens with the end of matches for some people. Sometimes you just start getting really stressed out.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it's definitely those like end of match nerves. You want to make like one last push.
Okay, Kakusho is on to the mid-boss. Yeah, it looks like Zangief just destroyed Pokemon God once, which isn't a huge surprise. I think Pokemon God usually has a spear at this fight, and having a different weapon is definitely making this a little more difficult.
Yeah, the damage race strategy is not a terrible one. The problem against this boss is that this boss will almost always beat you in a damage race. So you just kind of want to hit him a couple times, jump away a bit, hit him a couple times, jump away a bit. If he does the splash, then either walk away or walk under him, and then just hit him a bunch after that. Although Kakusho, after struggling so hard with the Snake Room, destroyed the mid-boss.
Nice.
So there's still a chance for him to get to the second boss. I think he can do it.
Oh,
that room isn't
Kronos
too tough.
Kicked across the room. Not a huge surprise. Oh, Zangief! No! No!
Oh, that's unfortunate. That was a close match, but...
There we go, Kakusho dying in the bat room. Let's see... What about the next attempt?
Zalaxon, Kakusho did really struggle with the death room. I hope he... it's kind of surprising, because that what he's doing is not even the most... isn't even the simplest or most intuitive solution, which is just to hit the crystal a bunch and then just, you know, walk into the door after figuring out what's going on. He's doing a bit of fancy stuff, and it really doesn't work because you have to backtrack a bit, and just doing that alone is pretty much guarantees you'll die there.
Yeah.
Oh no, Kakusho taking some bad damage from the Zhangxi.
Oh, ooh, that's another death.
Kakusho is doing a really good job taking the fireballs, but is really not doing a good job of handling the Zhangxi dropping from the ceiling. I think they drop in fixed spots, so if he was paying attention, he would know like where to counter the Zhangxi.
By the way, Kronos and Andy J. Retro are moving on to the bonus stage, and then stage 2. They may still be able to pass Pokemon God. It'll be difficult, though, with how much time we have.
Yeah, there's a chance, but they both really have to rush.
No, Andy!
Oh, that is unfortunate.
I love it.
You have to be really patient on that last log.
You just have to time it right, it looks like. Okay, Pokemon God is on to the bonus as well.
And she is actually attempting it sincerely this time. Unfortunately, she got a bad pattern.
It happens. Like, I can't even say that's necessarily her fault. Like, you could backtrack a little bit, but honestly, we're so crunched on time that there's no guarantee that better randomness would show up later.
You get 4 extra units of health from completing the bonus stage.
Yes.
There's a later bonus stage that I think powers up your weapon, which I think is the 4th and final bonus stage.
Okay.
And that one's, ironically, the easiest one, because all you have to do is mash attack a lot. I'm
doing a little bit of research just for Cadis's benefit here, because keeps saying that he hears some Willow music in this, and that might be true.
Well, Willow, both the NES and the arcade version, were developed and published by Capcom, so... And Kakusho is past the Fireballs room and on the spiders. Well, the spiders are a big struggle.
Oh, those spiders. Just jerks. And it looks like, yes, one of the people who worked on audio for this game did the sound programming for Willow. So, Cadis is completely correct.
Which one? NES or arcade?
Willow. As far as I can see, there's only an NES version. At least that's what the credits link to, so it would be NES.
Hey, BBH.
BBH, you enjoying the show?
the Death Fiesta. I think combined among all the players, it's been about like $50 worth of credits.
Oh yeah, we're gonna have to go take out a second mortgage for this one.
Well, unfortunately, Kakusho game over, so he can't make any more progress than he did. We're not gonna see the second boss, so I'll just spoil it for you. The second boss is
it a tiger?
I know it's some kind of mythological Chinese creature. I'm not sure what the name of it is. It looks like it has a lampshade for its head.
Are there any tigers in this game?
And it floats around. I don't think so. And it floats around, and it's not very hard because it just floats in a circular pattern, but if it hits you once, you die. It just sucks all the life out of you, and you die.
Well, that's nice.
Because Tiger Road.
The tiger's a metaphor. I don't want metaphors, I want tigers! Ugh. Seriously. Okay. Kronos and Andy J. Retro and Pokemon God have a chance to make progress in this final stretch, but they have to beat this mid-boss extremely quickly. Oh, Andy J. Retro taking a death. I think that puts him out of it. Pokemon God clearing the mid-boss. Now, what she needs to do is get through the spider room, which I don't know if there's enough time in the next minute. Kronos taking a death right there.
I don't think so, because she's on 2 health, and she is most likely going to take a death.
You're probably right, yeah.
If she plays conservatively enough not to take a death... Oh, and by the way, she can't collect the health. It's stuck in the wall.
Oh, she got it.
She was able to.
It only gave 1 bar, of course, because...
It's really weird, because it seems like the less health you have, the less restoration you get from health.
It seems like
which is really dumb.
I wonder if they meant to program it to give a percentage of your max health, but instead they just do a percentage of your current health.
Who knows?
I mean, that's just speculation, okay? You know what? At this point, it looks like the places are locked. Kakusho taking the victory, Pokemon God taking second, Kronos third, and Andy J. Retro taking fourth. We have just 10 seconds left. Everybody, get your Tims ready.
And there's no chance for, even though Kronos is close, there's no chance he can overtake Pokemon God at this point. Especially since she just made it up to where she was.
You're completely right. That
was really close, though. First through third were all very close to each other.
Well, all of them were really close to each other. Andy just had a couple more rooms to get through.
That's true.
Honestly, this was a very close match, but Kakusho wins, Pokemon God taking second, Kronos third, and Andy J. Retro takes fourth here. Mike, so what are your thoughts about how they did?
I think they all did really well. I was expecting probably at least one of them to get to stage 3, but then again, I was playing more casually and not pressured like they were, so I can definitely understand. I was actually really shocked by how much they struggled with the first boss, because he's definitely hard, but I was surprised by how many body splashes he got in.
There were so many. He just bam.
It was pretty funny, but I think they all did really well. I think especially since a lot of them aren't familiar with arcade games, they did a good job of adjusting to a game that might not be within their wheelhouse, and I think they all did really well.
Yeah. Well, Kakusho is joining us on chat. Hello, Kakusho.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Going great. It's good to see you getting back into this. You know, you've done great in previous tournaments. You had a little bit of a rough start, but you came back and took a first this time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So what are your thoughts?
By the way, Pokemon God was actually really close to overtaking you. She was actually getting up to the spider room, getting through the spider room right as time stopped.
Oh my goodness.
And about the room that you were stuck on, what you're supposed to do is that you just beat the crystal bunch, and then you collect the key, and then you do a small hop to the right, and then you'll make it to the door. You were getting too fancy. I felt like you don't want to be on the right side, because then you have to backtrack, and then you're pretty much guaranteed to die that way.
That room sucked. The spider room sucked too.
Yeah, I mean, the game is full of trolley rooms like that. It's pretty ridiculous.
It's not the kindest game in the world, but still, you did a fantastic job getting through that. You know, some people were asking if this should be on Kusogr4ande. What are your thoughts? Is this fitting?
You know, honestly, this game wasn't that bad.
Okay.
In my opinion, it really wasn't that bad. For the average player, yeah, you're gonna be wanting to mash that credits button a whole bunch.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think that is the thing that puts it in one of those questionable areas, just because you have to spend so much money in order to get through this game.
Like, I don't think this game is bad. It's just, as BBH said, it is death. Like, the game is just relentless, it's rude, and it just trolls you all the time.
Also, what's up with all the one-hit kills?
The mid-boss in the 4th stage, if you... it's a bunch of platforms, and if you fall down one of the platforms, you have to, like, get back up there, and I think you have to go through an auto-scroller to get back up there.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm glad I didn't get to the 4th stage.
Wait, what were you saying about children?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying the amount of one-hit kills
in
this game.
Not children related.
Oh yeah, well,
no.
If you're missing one-hit kills, the second boss is also a one-hit kill if it touches you.
Oh my goodness. There's so many in that stage. If anything touches you, it's one-hit kill.
Oh, there's just so many in the game, period.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad I didn't make it any farther.
Oh, good. Always a nice, lovely thing to hear at the end of the match. It was a lot of fun.
I just have a question. Do you play arcade games frequently at all, or is this kind of, not quite in your wheelhouse?
No, I don't really play arcade games. I mean, I love Metal Slug, and I used to, dump tons of quarters in that as a kid, but other than that, no, I don't play arcade games outside of Kusogr4ande.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you got a little bit of a chance to experience something that, although painful, is kind of fun at the same time.
Well, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you,
always a
Kakusho.
pleasure.
And you have a good day. Go enjoy your victory. Relax a little bit.
And good luck in your next matches, because you still have a good shot of making it into the bracket.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, well, this is Kusogr4ande.
And your reward is more torture.
Yeah, I'm totally down for that. I love bad games.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's not an unusual thing to hear in this chat. Oh, well, okay, take care, Kakusho. Till later.
All right, bye-bye, guys.
Bye.